Yo, what's up, people? What's up? This is Tireo, and I'm back, y'all, with another video and also another eye-opening message, okay? And in this message, I'm going to be talking about spiritual prison. Spiritual prison revealed, or being in spiritual prison. Being in spiritual prison or spiritual prison revealed. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. A lot of you all may have never even heard a message like this because, you know, you don't really hear too many people talking about stuff like this. And there is a such thing as spiritual prison. Okay? For all of you people who don't know what spiritual prison is, spiritual prison is when you are not free. You're not free in the world. You're not free. You are in spiritual prison. First thing first, before I begin this message, I gotta say this. For all of you people who are not spiritual, okay, don't even waste your time listening to this message. Don't even waste your time hearing what I have to say about this, because you will never understand this stuff. In order for you people to understand messages like this, you have to be spiritual. And y'all, God is a spirit, and those who worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. The problem is with you people is that you quoting the scripture, but you're not spiritual. Okay, this is why you do not understand the things of God, because you're not following God in the spirit. God said it again, for those who must worship him in spirit and in truth. Okay, for number one, you have to be spiritual, and for number two, you have to understand the truth. Now, if you're not spiritual, this message is not for you. Okay, now I'm about to go ahead and start this off, because spiritual prison revealed. Spiritual prison revealed. Spiritual prison. What is spiritual prison? Okay, like what is spiritual prison? Spiritual prison is when you're not free. Spiritual prison is when your life is just caged in. Okay, and a lot of you people who are listening to this message right now, you are in spiritual prison. Example, and I'm gonna give you people some examples so you can understand. Here we go. Relationships. A lot of you people, the reason why you feel like you're not free in relationships that you're in, the reason why you feel like you're not free in the marriage you're in, the reason why you feel like you're not free is because you're in spiritual prison in the relationship. Spiritual prison. Spiritual prison. You are in spiritual prison in the relationship. Okay? This is why you feel like you're not free. And this is why you feel depressed, you feel miserable, because you're in spiritual prison. Spiritual prison basically is like a jail. It's like chains that's locked up around you, and you are in jail. You see what I'm saying? You're not free. You're not free. You're not free in a relationship. You're not free in a marriage. You're in spiritual prison. You're in prison. And guess what? I got to tell y'all this. Spiritual prison can be more dangerous than physical prison. See, physical prison deals with jail. You know, you got a lot of men and women who in jail, right? They in jail. They locked up. Some of them got 10 years. Some of them got 20 years. Some of them got life. Some of them got 40 years. Some of them got a couple months. Spiritual prison can be worse than physical prison. Understand this. A lot of you people who are listening to this message, you are in spiritual prison, and it's people who are in physical prison, and they're more free than you. It's people right now who are in jail, they have more freedom than you, and you're not even in jail. You walking around, you got a job, you got a car, you got friends, you got family, and you still in prison. Ain't that crazy? But it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm going to give y'all another example right quick. I got an uncle, man, and I got an uncle who have life in jail. I went to visit him a couple of times, and I wrote him letters, and he wrote me letters back. Okay? I have an uncle who have life in jail. When I went to go see this dude is more free than people who are not even in jail. Seriously, y'all, you folks know I'm telling the truth. When I went to visit my uncle, he had a glow on him. He had a smile on his face. I'm sitting there talking to this dude, and I notice my uncle is more free than half of you people, and you people are not even in jail. You people are in spiritual prison. Mental curses, mental problems, cursed marriages, cursed relationships, following religion. A lot of you all are going to church and you just feel like church is just sucking the life out of you. You're in spiritual prison. In spiritual prison, controlled by a man. In spiritual prison, controlled by a sick woman, a sick girlfriend, a sick wife. In spiritual prison, controlled by the government, controlled by your children. You in jail. You in spiritual prison, man. You ain't free. You are not free. Spiritual prison, y'all, can sometimes be more dangerous than a physical prison, because a spiritual prison deals with your mental mind state. This is so real, y'all. I gotta say this right quick. Spiritual prison can mess you up mentally. It can mess you up mentally. Spiritual prison can make you hang yourself. You wanna know why a lot of people kill themselves? Because they're in spiritual prison. They don't know what's going on. They feel like, they're not free. So they just hang themselves. You got kids right now who go to school who being bullied. That's spiritual prison. Because the child is not even free to go to a damn school, because you got bullies now who trying to take over the school. The kids are in spiritual prison. Because when they go to school, they got to go to school in fear, thinking somebody going to be bullying them. That's spiritual prison. The kid ain't even free. You see what I'm saying? The kid ain't even free. And you dumb parents out there be talking about God bless America. Ain't nobody free over here in America. The majority of you all who listening to this message, you're in spiritual prison in America. Let's keep it real. You're not free. You go to work, you come home, clock in, got to pay bills. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. Then a lot of you all are in these marriages that's not even ordained by God. That's prison right there. I feel so bad for you all. For all you people who married the wrong person and you dating the wrong person, I feel so bad for you, because I know you ain't free. I know you ain't free. You in a deadbeat marriage that God never ordained. That's prison right there. You got to come home, look at the man's face, look at the woman's face. God didn't ordain it. You did your own thing, followed your own path. Now you stuck in spiritual prison. You are not free. You can go to church all day long and you can try to get 1 million preachers to uplift you. You still ain't going to be free. Let's keep it realistic, y'all. People go to the mega churches every damn day. So when they leave the building, they're back into reality. They're not free. Folk got to start being honest, man. Going to church ain't going to save you. You're only listening to a sermon for 30 minutes. Then right after that, it's back to reality. Oh yes, it's back to reality. It's back to going home to that not ordained marriage. It's back to going home to them damn demonized children you got. It's back to work. It's back to this. It's back to hang around phony family members and fake friends. It's back to following your religion. You ain't free. That's spiritual prison. Spiritual prison. And it's so crazy, y'all, because it's people right now who are in physical jail and they're more free than y'all. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it. I've seen it, man. You got dudes and women right now who in jail. They got life and they more free than you. You walking around, you got all kind of problems. Mental curses. A lot of you women that had abortions. You all messed up. You're in spiritual prison. You've been in 1 million cursed relationships. You done had sex with everybody. You're living in a cursed city that God is telling you to leave. And you scared to leave. You go into a school that God don't even want you in, and you scared to leave that. Spiritual prison. And Satan is destroying so many people by spiritual prison. Y'all, look, I gotta say this. You don't gotta go to jail in these times. You wanna know why? Because Satan is destroying you all spiritually. You don't all see, a lot of you people, you walk around and you think you're so free. If you're so free, why you have all these problems? You see what I'm saying? If you're so free, why do you have all these problems? If you're free, why you have all the mental problems on your life? If you're free, why you have all them curses on your life? If you're really free, why are you in relationships that's not ordained by God? If you're really, really free, why are you even married to them people and God never called you to do that anyway? You're not free. If you so free, why are you at that destination that God don't even want you there? You ain't free. This is spiritual prison that you're in. And you're being controlled by Satan himself, man. This ain't a game. This is realistic facts, y'all. We don't even go to physical jail. People are in prison right now with their regular lives. In prison, waking up in the morning every day in spiritual prison, going to work every day in spiritual prison, going to church every pagan Sunday in spiritual prison, talking on the phone with your friends and texting all these clowns in spiritual prison, dating this guy, dating that guy, dating this woman and dating that woman. You in spiritual prison. Spiritual prison is not a game, man, because this stuff deals with your soul. This stuff deals with your emotions. This stuff deals with your mental mind state. Spiritual prison is real, man. This ain't no joke. Let me tell you something about them demons. Them demons know you people are in spiritual prison. Them demons know this. It's real. Them demons know that you people are in spiritual prison. And they're laughing at y'all, man. And it's so sad because preachers don't even talk about stuff like this. And this is why so many people just messed up, man. Following Christianity, still in spiritual prison. Calling yourself a damn Israelite, still in spiritual prison. Calling yourself a Muslim or a Buddhist or a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness, you still in spiritual prison. It's time to be free from all this stuff, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Jesus said he came to set people free. Anytime you in spiritual prison, you ain't free. I gotta say this, y'all. The next time y'all see them people on TV going to jail and y'all looking at them prisoners, let me tell y'all something. Don't look down on them people. Don't look down on them. You wanna know why? Because a lot of them people who in jail, they're more free than you. Oh yes, they're more free than you. If we hear your story and if we hear what you going through, you ain't free. I wouldn't even want to hang with you. I know the majority of you people ain't free. I'm not crazy. Seriously, you folks are mentally messed up, spiritually destroyed by religion, by cursed relationships. Some of you all been smoking crack. Some of you all smoking cigarettes. You're in spiritual prison, addicted to cigarettes. That's spiritual prison. You are addicted to cigarettes. That's spiritual prison. Addicted to weed, addicted to liquor, addicted to going to the club, addicted to sex. Spiritual prison, man. Addicted to sex. Your soul is all messed up because you need some pussy or you need some dick. You're in spiritual prison. You controlled by forces of demons, man. That's spiritual prison. Satan got a chokehold on your soul, man. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. This is some real, true facts. Spiritual prison have totally destroyed God's people, man. And a lot of you are talking about you blessed in the Lord. You ain't blessed in the Lord if you're in spiritual prison. Seriously. Let me tell you something. Jesus was spiritually free. Peter was spiritually free. Paul was spiritually free. Moses was spiritually free. Elijah, Daniel, these people were spiritually free. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm going to use Peter as the perfect example. Remember when Jesus went to Peter and Jesus said, "Follow me. I'm going to make you fishers of men." Remember that? And Peter dropped his net and he started following Jesus. Let me tell you, Peter was going through spiritual prison. Peter was going through spiritual prison before Jesus showed up in his life. Every person in that Bible was going through spiritual prison before God showed up in their life. Peter was going through spiritual prison because he wasn't free. He was trying to fish. He couldn't catch no fish. His fishing business couldn't expand. He was going through it with the marriage. He was just going through it. Peter was in spiritual prison. But when Jesus showed up, Jesus set him free. Mary Magdalene was in spiritual prison because she was a prostitute and she had 7 demons in her. That's spiritual prison. When Jesus showed up in her life, Jesus set Mary Magdalene free. All these people in the Bible who y'all read about, they was in spiritual prison before God showed up. Moses was in spiritual prison. He didn't know who he was. He didn't even know his purpose. Spiritual prison. I got to say this too. Let me tell y'all this right quick. Anytime you can't figure out your purpose in God, you're in spiritual prison. Because that's what spiritual prison do to you. It causes you to not even know who you are. Spiritual prison destroys you, man. The reason why a lot of you all can't figure out God's plan for your life is because you're in spiritual prison. That's right. Think about it. How can you figure out God's plan for your life when you're in spiritual prison? You can't. Because that's what spiritual prison does. It blocks all of the revelation that God wants to reveal to you. Spiritual prison blocks that stuff from your mind, man. A lot of you people be trying to figure out what God wants you to do, where he wants you to go. You can't figure it out because you are already in spiritual prison. And that's what spiritual prison do. It clogs up your brain. You can't even hear God. You can't even see what God wants you to do because you are in spiritual prison. And ain't that sad, y'all? The majority of the people who walking around this earth today are in spiritual prison. That's a damn shame. People don't even know what God wants them to do. People don't even know who they are. People trying to find themselves. People mentally messed up. People emotionally messed up. Emotionally destroyed. Spiritual prison destroys your emotions. Spiritual prison just curses your feelings. Ain't that sad? The majority of the people who walking around are in spiritual prison. Talking about you going to the club tonight. Spiritual prison, man. You ought to be, you gotta be crazy. You're in jail. Because anytime you need a club to make you happy, you're in spiritual prison right there. Spiritual prison causes you to look for happiness in all the wrong places. That's spiritual prison. Spiritual prison causes you to live your life through TV. That's spiritual prison. Because God never said TV gonna make you happy. That's spiritual prison. Anytime you need a club to make you happy, you need cigarettes to make you happy, you need a man to make you happy, you need a woman to make you happy, you need some children to make you happy, you need drugs to make you happy, you got to get drunk to laugh and smile. Anytime you are going through all this mess, you are in spiritual prison. Anytime you need church to uplift your depressed, cursed spirit, you're in spiritual prison. Because God never said that we should go to a building for joy. Anytime you got to go to church to get uplifted, you're in spiritual prison. You're depressed. You're miserable. So you run to the church looking for happiness. You run to the church looking for joy. You are in spiritual prison. You're in spiritual prison. That's right. I'm telling y'all the real deal truth. Spiritual prison ain't a game, man. It's not a joke. It's not a game, man. It's real, y'all. And I pray that a lot of you people get free from this stuff, man, because it's just realistic facts, man. You want the answer to why you can't figure out what God wants you to do because you already locked up. You in jail. You in spiritual jail. Seriously. Let me give you an example right quick. When people go to physical jail, right, they can't do nothing because they're behind bars, right? See what I'm saying? They can't go here. They can't go there. They can't go to the next level. Okay. Well, let's look at spiritual prison. Let's look at spiritual jail. When you're in spiritual jail, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't go to the next level. You can't hear God. You can't find out what God wants you to do. You're totally lost and confused in the brain. You're in spiritual prison. You're in spiritual prison. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Satan knows all about spiritual prison. Don't take this message lightly. Satan knows about this stuff, and Satan knows that you are in spiritual prison. And Jesus had to use me to reveal to you what's going on with your life. You're in spiritual prison. You ain't free. Look at all that stuff you're attached to. That's spiritual prison. Spiritual prison is dangerous, man. Seriously. The reason why I understand all this stuff, y'all, because I'm spiritual. I'm a spiritual dude. I already know folks in spiritual prison, just mentally destroyed by Satan himself. So with all that being said, I just had to just hit y'all with this message, man. Spiritual prison is real, y'all. And spiritual prison can be more dangerous than a physical prison. Because you're still not free. You're in bondage and slavery, and you're in prison to all these things that's going on in your life. And this is why you can't figure out what God wants you to do, because you are already locked up in spiritual prison. You have spiritual handcuffs on your hands. And this is true. So with all that being said, y'all, this is Tireo, and I am out. Peace.